Hey guys, welcome to my unscripted create handcrafted showcase video. This is my second time recording this because the first time I recorded it, it chose the wrong mic. So yeah, that was annoying. Anyway, the first item we will be going over is soul sandpaper. Because this is just sandpaper, it functions exactly like regular create sandpaper, but you make it with soul sand instead of regular sand. There isn't really much to say, it's just in the mod, so I thought I might as well show it. Second off is the more interesting item, the flint and iron handsaws. These do basically the same thing, where they function like sandpaper, except instead of doing sandpaper / polishing recipes, they do cutting recipes. Now, the main thing with Create Handcrafted is that it's supposed to give you a way to do certain create recipes, well, by hand. This is especially useful if you're out and you don't have your create base immediately available to you, or if you're in a pack where create machines might be a little costly early game, but you still might want to access some create recipes. And the handsaw serve as a portable way of accessing the cutting, and technically stone cutting, but there's caveats to that I'll get in a minute. Now, you can either use it exactly like sandpaper, or you can use it as an axe. If you use it like an axe, it is significantly slower than an axe, but it will automatically cut the dropped blocks. And obviously, let me show it being used like yeah. So, it literally works exactly like a sandpaper, and that goes exactly like sandpaper, and that goes for most of these. An important thing to note is that if you use these to mine, they will lose 2 durability instead of 1. One for mining the block, the second for automatically cutting it. And of course, here is another important thing to note, is that performing these actually does take away a bit of hunger, like you were using the hand crank to power a machine that was doing the same thing. I do believe it is technically less, however, that is something you must keep in mind, that these, even when using them as an axe, it will take up hunger. The next one is the washing pan. The washing pan can do bulk washing recipes. However, you have to be in water, or the item you want to wash has to be in water. So for instance, I could toss a piece of red sand into this water and I could wash it. But if I did the same thing on the surface, it would not let me, as me or the item has to be in the water. So I can also do just do this too instead. And obviously all of these have durability. All of them have way more durability than sandpaper. So they are more akin to proper tools than they are to, something like sandpaper where you have to frequently craft it or get unbreaking. And finally, there is one more item and one more little thing I want to bring up. It is the Mortal and Pestle, which I've shown last because it is the most obviously incomplete one, as you can tell by the giant missing texture. It functions like a millstone, in which you can put items in your offhand and you can mill them. It might sound a little weird because right now it's using this exact same function that the millstone uses in order to play its sound, which unfortunately has to be called on a block instead of being called on a specific position. At some point, I'm hoping to create some emulation of this function that actually lets me play it exactly at the player's position instead of, whatever this is. But yeah, you can use it as a millstone to more easily convert gravel into flint or, any millstone recipe even. And that's pretty much the whole mod right now. There is one more thing that I must mention before someone brings it up in the comments. You cannot use any of these in a deployer. They just don't have functionality implemented, and if I can figure out how, I will stop you from putting them in a deployer, because I do not want the actual create machines to get cheesed by people using, the handsaws. It's just stupid. But yeah, that is Create Handcrafted in its current state. Yeah. So I don't know how to end this. Oh right. It's for Minecraft 1.20.1, for Create 6.0.6 specifically, though I do want to see if it works on 6.0.7 or 6.0.8. And I'm not planning on porting this to newer versions of Minecraft myself. However, if someone else wants to, because I'm planning on releasing the source code once it's done, if someone else wants to, then I will happily like make an official 1.21 branch or whatever, and yeah. But that's Create Handcrafted. I maybe this should have been a scripted video, but I just didn't feel like it. Bye bye.